Hello and welcome to today's video as we go over my LCK Players of the Year or Player of the Year in the LCK. So this is based off the League Awards. I'm going over what I voted for in, anybody could have voted on the Players of the Year, I think, in any individual region, and then it's, anybody could have voted on any of it, I guess. But regardless, this is how I determine my LCK Player of the Year. Did a video on LEC, LTA, and LPL already. So we have the 10 players that are listed here, and then all the extra players beneath them that earned extra bonus Hall of Fame points this season due to stats. It would not be me picking my player of the year in any region or in the world without looking at stats and using stats. So there are 18 points per role per season domestically, and then we look at international events, and that's where bonus points came in here. Players that go to international events and are one of the best in stats get bonus points in that way. In the end, this is only stats based. So if you have a favorite player that is not statistically strong anymore and provides value where stats do not show it, this is not the video for you and you should turn around and go home. But regardless, so Viper was my player of the year in the LCK. Now, if Zeus was on the ballot, I would have picked Zeus. Zeus actually had more Hall of Fame points this season in terms of bonus points. Both Viper and Zeus were the best at First Stand and Worlds in their respective roles statistically. Understand that they did not go as deep as other teams at Worlds, but the point still remains they statistically end up being the strongest, and that is what it is. I'm sure it can be optimized, but that's not what I did here. Now, other players on the ballot. Chovy, Ruler, Carrier all had 11, Owner 10, BDD 9, Keen 8, Peanut 4, and then Duro and Faker had none. Statistically, they were never one of the best, whether it was in the LCK during the regular season or internationally. Playoffs, I do not count. In terms of other people getting points, Zeus, Cuz, Delight, Zeka, Gumayushi, Diable, Dudu, Kingen, Closer, Doran, Barrel, Canyon, Lucid, Aiming, Morgan, Krakow, Way, Smash, and Showmaker. A lot of rookies on there and players that did not play as long as you would have liked, but they were very good during the first split in the LCK Cup. So in top lane, we have Zeus, Keen, and Kingen. Not a big surprise. Keen and Zeus up near the top in the world, and Kingen had a very strong early part of the season for Nongshim. He was tied with Dudu and Doran, but Dudu and Doran were the best in one split each statistically, and Kingen appeared in the top 3 in 2 splits. So for consistency's sake, I picked Kingen. In terms of jungle, I'm not surprised by Cuz being first. Cuz was statistically very strong all season, and it shocked a lot of people because they were like, how could Cuz be so good? KT stink, what the hell? Well, in the end, I guess Cuz and BDD made you eat shit because they did well at Worlds, and they just continued what they were doing throughout the entirety of the season. Owner and Peanut, this was pretty much Cuz and Owner, and then the rest, and Peanut, had some value. He did very well at First Stand. Every player on HLE got bonus points at First Stand. They dominated that tournament. MSI-wise, Keen, Owner, Ruler, Guma, and Carrier got bonus points. Worlds, Zeus, Kuz, BDD, Chovy, and Viper. Let's talk about mid first. So Chovy, BDD, Zeka. BDD was the best mid laner at Worlds, statistically. It's just that Chovy dominates domestically, and one patch at Worlds does not outweigh the plethora of patches that occurred domestically in rule sets and metas that happen domestically. That's just how I view it. This game is not like your traditional sport where, hey, well, so-and-so did well in the playoffs, or so-and-so. Football does not change. It does not change. It's not like all of a sudden they say, hey, the keeper can't use their hands anymore at all. Like, they don't say, hey, you know what? Less goals are being scored, so we want to make it so the keeper can't use their hands anymore at all because we want more goals. Like, that doesn't happen. The game stays the game. The game does not change. So in League, the rules change every 2 weeks because there is an agenda. There is a goal in mind to make all champions viable. There's, hey, we haven't seen this in a while. We haven't seen carry-oriented junglers. We haven't seen Nasa's top in a long time. We haven't seen enchanters at support. Shit like that. They change the game. And throughout the season, the game changes. Whether you feel it does or doesn't as fast as you'd like is irrelevant because it does change. So that's why BDD being the best at Worlds does not outweigh Chovy being so good throughout the entirety of the season. And also, I think he was third best at Worlds statistically as well. Bot lane, Viper was the best at First Stand and Worlds as well. Ruler and Guma also doing a lot of work, especially at MSI. Support, Carrier, Delight, and Barrel. Pretty much dominated by a couple players in every role in terms of stats, really. Very top heavy. Unlike the last couple videos where we had a ton of players listed here with just a couple Hall of Fame points, in the LCK it was very, consolidated into certain players. So, I mean, people might say, how did you pick the HLE guys? They were good statistically. I mean, it is what it is. They show up in all 5 roles. Actually, the only team that can claim that. And I mean, they were very consistent. I think they were 4th in my power rankings over the entirety of the season. I think it went Gen G, AL, BLG, HLE, T1. So that is a thing. And I like the peppering in here of Diable, Dudu, King and Closer, Morgan, Krako, Way. In terms of that, I know in the third split I gave 1 bonus point to players that were the best, or 1 bonus point to the players that were the best in the lowest in the lower group, because hell, why not? If you're the best in the lower group, no reason to punish you for strength of schedule, especially because players are changing teams, and that is what it is. But Hall of Fame points, by the way. Second ballot was announced. If you stuck around this long, maybe you like the channel and like the content. There is a Hall of Fame ballot going on, and it's going to go on for about a week or so. When I get back from Munich, I'm going to go over that, and then we'll have the 6 players that get in. But we have 15 now. We went from 60 to 15, and the ballot's on there. So if you'd like to participate, go on the Discord, pick 6, and the 6 with the most votes will be in the 2025 Hall of Fame class. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.